congratulations to everybody who's worked so hard on bringing this project to fruition and having the foresight and the perseverance to make it happen.
For years, King Charles III worked carefully to protect important royal estates and traditions. Now, a surprising legal confirmation connected to Prince Edward, Duke of Edinburgh, is shaking royal discussions. Lawyers say long-standing rules may place Edward in line for assets Charles fought to secure. So, how did this happen, and what does it mean for the monarchy's future? The announcement that shook the palace. The British royal family has experienced many surprising developments over the years, but some announcements carry a weight that immediately draws attention inside and outside the palace. One such moment occurred when legal representatives connected to Prince Edward confirmed an important detail regarding royal inheritance and long-standing legal structures. The confirmation created widespread discussion because it involved matters that King Charles III had spent decades managing and protecting. The issue was not about personal wealth in the ordinary sense. It concerned royal estates, authority, and responsibilities that form part of the institutional framework supporting the British monarchy. These estates are tied to long-standing rules that determine how property and authority pass from one member of the royal family to another. The rules are often based on historical agreements that date back many generations. For many years, King Charles worked carefully to protect the structure of the monarchy. During the long period when he served as Prince of Wales, he focused on strengthening the estates that provide financial support for royal duties. The most well-known of these estates is the Duchy of Cornwall, which traditionally provides income for the Prince of Wales. Management of such estates requires legal planning, financial oversight, and close attention to historic agreements. Because of this long history of planning and responsibility, the recent legal clarification surrounding Prince Edward attracted immediate interest. Lawyers confirmed that under certain legal conditions connected to titles and inheritance frameworks, Edward could become the beneficiary of assets or responsibilities that had been at the center of royal planning for many years. The confirmation was not presented as a dispute, but rather as an explanation of how existing legal systems operate. This type of development can create strong reactions because royal estates are not only financial properties. They represent continuity within the monarchy and help fund the public duties performed by members of the royal family. These estates include historic land holdings, residential properties, and administrative responsibilities connected to the crown. When such matters become publicly discussed, they often raise questions about how the monarchy organizes its internal structure. Many observers began examining how inheritance rules apply to different members of the royal family. Some of those rules were established centuries ago and continue to guide how estates move between generations. The confirmation involving Prince Edward therefore generated significant curiosity. Many people wondered how a member of the royal family, who has traditionally maintained a quieter public role, could suddenly be connected to assets that were strongly associated with King Charles's long period of preparation as heir to the throne. The announcement also highlighted the complexity of royal governance. While the monarchy appears simple from the outside, the system supporting it involves legal frameworks, historical traditions, and administrative structures that operate together. Changes or clarifications within that system can have ripple effects across the royal household. Prince Edward has long been known as one of the more reserved members of the royal family. His public role has often focused on charitable work, community visits, and support for cultural organizations. Because of this steady and low-profile approach, his name rarely appears in discussions involving major royal assets. To fully understand why the recent confirmation attracted so much interest, it is necessary to examine Charles's long effort to guide the monarchy through changing times. That effort began many years ago, when he was still Prince of Wales and was preparing for responsibilities that would shape the future of the royal family. Charles and the long fight for control. King Charles III spent a significant part of his life preparing for leadership within the British monarchy. His preparation began during his long service as Prince of Wales, a position he held for more than 70 years. During this period, he developed a strong interest in how royal estates, finances, and traditions support the work of the monarchy. The Prince of Wales is closely connected to one of the most important royal estates in Britain, the Duchy of Cornwall. This estate was created in the 14th century to provide income for the heir to the throne. It includes farmland, residential buildings, commercial properties, and natural landscapes across several regions of England. The income generated from these holdings funds many of the official duties carried out by the Prince of Wales and members of his household. Charles approached this responsibility with careful attention. During the decades when he managed the Duchy of Cornwall, he introduced modern business practices and environmental initiatives. The estate expanded its focus on sustainable agriculture, responsible land management, and long-term financial planning. These changes helped increase the estate's stability while preserving its historic purpose. His work was not limited to financial management. Charles also believed that the monarchy needed to remain relevant in a changing society. He supported environmental protection, architecture that respects local heritage, and community development projects across the United Kingdom. Many of these interests were supported financially through the Duchy of Cornwall. Managing such estates requires navigating complex legal structures. Royal properties are governed by specific agreements that define ownership, control, and succession. Some properties belong directly to the reigning monarch, while others are held in trust for future generations. These distinctions are important because they determine who can manage the estates and who benefits from their income. Over time, Charles became known for taking an active role in protecting these systems. He believed that careful stewardship of royal estates would help secure the monarchy's independence. By maintaining financial stability through land and property management, the royal family could continue performing public duties without relying heavily on government funding. This effort required cooperation with legal advisors, estate managers, and financial experts. The planning process often involved reviewing centuries-old agreements and ensuring they continued to function in a modern economy. Charles also supported transparency measures that allowed the public to better understand how royal estates operate. While Charles focused heavily on these responsibilities, the lives of other royal family members followed different paths. His youngest brother, Prince Edward, did not initially become a full-time working royal. After completing his education, Edward explored opportunities in television, production, and media. This choice attracted attention because it was unusual for a member of the royal family. Edward later stepped back from that career and gradually increased his involvement in royal duties. Together with his wife, Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, he developed a reputation for reliability and steady public service. Their work includes supporting charitable organizations, attending public events, and representing the monarchy at official engagements. Despite these responsibilities, Edward remained less involved in the management of major royal estates. Public attention, therefore, remained focused on Charles and his long preparation for the throne. The Prince of Wales continued overseeing the Duchy of Cornwall, while also supporting numerous charities through the Prince's Trust. During these years, Charles gained experience that shaped his vision for the future monarchy. He supported the idea of a streamlined royal family that focuses on essential duties while maintaining strong connections with communities. His long preparation allowed him to study how the institution functions both financially and socially. At the same time, the legal structures guiding royal inheritance continued operating according to historical precedent. These frameworks determine how estates and titles pass between generations, and they often remain unchanged for long periods of time. Such rules ensure continuity, but can sometimes create situations that appear unexpected. For many observers, Charles's decades of preparation created the impression that he would maintain direct influence over the estates he had managed for so long. However, the reality of royal succession involves clearly defined systems that do not always follow personal expectations. As Charles eventually became king following the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, control of the Duchy of Cornwall transferred to his eldest son, Prince William, who became the new Prince of Wales. This transition followed the traditional pattern established centuries earlier. Prince Edward, the quiet royal no one expected. Prince Edward, Duke of Edinburgh, has long been known as one of the quietest members of the British royal family. As the youngest child of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, he grew up in a household that was already famous across the world. Yet despite his royal background, Edward's public image developed very differently from that of his older siblings. Edward was born in 1964 at Buckingham Palace in London. By the time he arrived, the royal family already had 3 children who were widely known to the public. His eldest brother, King Charles III, had been heir to the throne since early childhood. His sister Anne, Princess Royal, and his brother Prince Andrew, Duke of York, were also well-known public figures. Because of this, Edward often grew up with less intense public attention than his siblings. His education followed a path similar to many young royals of his generation. He attended Gordonstoun School in Scotland, the same school his father had attended years earlier. Life at Gordonstoun emphasized discipline, teamwork, and outdoor challenges. These values shaped Edward's personality and helped develop his calm and thoughtful nature. After finishing school, Edward continued his studies at University of Cambridge. He studied history and graduated in the mid-1980s. During this time, he also became involved in theater and student productions. This interest in performance and creative work later influenced the direction of his early career. Unlike most members of the royal family, Edward did not move directly into full-time royal duties after university. Instead, he chose to explore work in the entertainment and media industry. For a royal prince, this decision was unusual and attracted considerable public curiosity. Edward first worked briefly with the theater company connected to the composer Andrew Lloyd Webber. The experience gave him exposure to professional stage production and creative management. However, his most notable step came when he moved into television production. In the early 1990s, Edward helped establish a production company called Ardent Productions. The company focused on making documentaries and programs about history, culture, and the arts. Some of the productions explored royal history, while others looked at broader cultural topics. At the time, the idea of a royal prince running a television company was considered unusual. Some commentators questioned whether a member of the royal family should be involved in commercial media work. Others believed the experiment showed a modern approach to royal life. Despite the early excitement, the company faced several challenges. Media attention often focused more on Edward's royal status than on the work itself. In time, he stepped away from the business and decided to focus more fully on royal responsibilities. This shift marked an important change in Edward's public life. He gradually became more involved in official engagements, charitable work, and international visits on behalf of the monarchy. Over the years, his schedule grew steadily, even though it often received less media attention than that of other royal family members. A major turning point in his personal life came in 1999 when Edward married Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh. The wedding took place at St. George's Chapel, Windsor Castle, and was widely celebrated across the United Kingdom. Sophie later became one of the most respected working members of the royal family. Together, Edward and Sophie built a reputation for quiet dedication. They carried out hundreds of official engagements every year, supporting charities, visiting communities, and representing the monarchy at public events. Their work often focused on education, disability support, youth development, and international cooperation. One of Edward's most important contributions has been his involvement in the Duke of Edinburgh's award program. This global youth development initiative was originally founded by his father, Prince Philip. After Philip's death in 2021, Edward continued supporting the program's mission of encouraging young people to develop skills, confidence, and community spirit. Edward's public image has remained steady for decades. While many royal stories have centered on controversy or dramatic headlines, Edward has generally avoided such situations. His approach has been calm, careful, and respectful of royal tradition. In 2023, Edward received a significant new title. His brother, King Charles III, granted him the title of Duke of Edinburgh. This title had previously belonged to Prince Philip for many decades. The decision honored both Edward's work and his long connection to his father's legacy. And while he still works with the same calm dedication, the systems guiding royal authority are moving forward exactly as they were designed to do. The royal assets everyone wanted. Understanding the current discussion around royal power requires a close look at the assets that support the British monarchy. These assets include historic estates, titles, and financial structures that have been developed over many centuries. They form the foundation that allows the monarchy to operate as a national institution. Some of the most important royal assets are large land estates that generate income and carry deep historical meaning. Among the most famous is the Crown Estate. This vast collection of land, property, and investments belongs to the institution of the monarchy, rather than to any individual royal family member. The Crown Estate includes urban property in central London, rural farmland across Britain, and coastal areas throughout the country. The income produced by these holdings is given to the government. In return, the government provides funding to support the official duties of the monarch through a system known as the sovereign grant. Another major royal asset is the Duchy of Lancaster. This estate provides private income for the reigning monarch. Its lands include farms, commercial properties, and historic buildings across England and Wales. The income from the duchy supports the monarch's official and charitable work. There is also the Duchy of Cornwall, which traditionally belongs to the heir to the throne. When King Charles III became king, the Duchy of Cornwall passed automatically to his eldest son, Prince William, Prince of Wales. This estate provides financial support for the heir and helps fund many public projects and charitable efforts. These estates are not simply personal property in the usual sense. They operate under special legal arrangements that have developed through centuries of British constitutional history. The rules governing them are designed to protect continuity within the monarchy. Because of this structure, inheritance decisions do not always follow personal preference. In many cases, the law clearly defines how titles and estates pass from one person to another. These legal frameworks are often older than modern political systems and are deeply rooted in British tradition. The importance of these assets goes far beyond financial value. Each estate carries historical authority and symbolic meaning. Control of these holdings allows the monarchy to maintain independence, support charitable work, and represent national heritage. For decades, King Charles III took a strong interest in how these assets were managed. Long before becoming king, he oversaw the Duchy of Cornwall for many years. During that time, he focused on environmental farming, sustainable development, and careful financial management. His leadership transformed the duchy into one of the most successful estates in Britain. The income from the estate supported many charitable programs and helped fund his official activities while he served as Prince of Wales. However, the broader royal asset system extends beyond any one estate. Each title and property exists within a network of legal rules that define succession and authority. These rules were written to ensure stability within the monarchy, even during periods of political or family change. Because these systems operate independently from personal opinion, their outcomes can sometimes surprise observers. Public expectations often focus on personalities and family relationships. Legal structures, however, follow established precedent rather than emotion. Royal lawyers and constitutional experts regularly study these frameworks to ensure that transitions happen smoothly. Their work rarely attracts public attention, but it plays a crucial role in protecting the stability of the monarchy. In recent discussions, some legal observers have pointed out that these long-standing rules sometimes place certain royal family members in positions of influence that the public may not expect. This does not happen suddenly. Instead, it develops gradually as titles change hands and responsibilities shift. Within this structure, the position of Prince Edward, Duke of Edinburgh, has attracted renewed interest. His role as a senior working royal, combined with his connection to long-established titles, has drawn attention from those studying the monarchy's future structure. It is important to understand that royal inheritance does not function like private family inheritance. The system follows legal precedent, parliamentary agreements, and historical tradition. These elements together determine how authority and responsibility move through the royal family. And the deeper question remains, one that observers continue to examine carefully. Were the final outcomes of these royal arrangements already written into law long before the public ever noticed? The legal confirmation that changed everything. The discussion surrounding royal inheritance reached a major turning point when legal experts connected to Prince Edward, Duke of Edinburgh, clarified how certain long-standing royal rules actually work. Their explanation did not present a dispute or a challenge to the monarchy. Instead, it highlighted how established legal frameworks guide the distribution of titles, privileges, and responsibilities within the British royal system. To understand why this moment attracted attention, it is necessary to remember how the monarchy operates under a mixture of tradition and law. Many royal roles and assets are not controlled by personal decisions alone. They are shaped by historic legal structures that have developed over many centuries. These systems often move slowly and quietly. They rarely change suddenly, and they usually operate without attracting public attention. Yet they play a powerful role in determining how authority within the royal family continues from one generation to the next. For many years, much of the public focus within the monarchy centered on King Charles III. During the long period when he served as heir to the throne, Charles invested significant effort in shaping how the monarchy would function in the future. He promoted a vision of a modern and carefully managed institution that could continue serving the United Kingdom in a changing world. A large part of that work involved overseeing important estates and responsibilities connected to the royal household. For example, during his decades as Prince of Wales, Charles managed the Duchy of Cornwall. This historic estate generates income for the heir to the throne and supports many official activities. Charles also spent years building charitable networks and supporting projects related to architecture, environmental protection, and youth education. These efforts helped create an image of careful stewardship over royal resources. However, royal inheritance systems extend far beyond the management of individual estates. Some titles and privileges follow paths that are set by long-standing precedent. In these cases, inheritance rules are tied closely to tradition and established legal interpretation. Legal specialists studying these frameworks have pointed out that certain roles connected to royal titles can carry influence and recognition that may not always be widely understood by the public. This is where the position of Prince Edward became important in the broader conversation. Edward's role within the royal family has grown steadily over the years. After stepping away from his earlier media career, he became a full-time working royal alongside his wife Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh. Together they carried out hundreds of engagements across the United Kingdom and around the world. In 2023, Edward received the title Duke of Edinburgh from King Charles III. This title had previously been held for many decades by their father, Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. The decision reflected Edward's long service and his strong connection to his father's legacy. The title itself carries deep symbolic meaning. It is closely associated with the Duke of Edinburgh's award program, which has helped millions of young people around the world develop leadership skills, confidence, and community awareness. When Edward's legal representatives explained how certain royal privileges and responsibilities are tied to historic agreements, their message was presented in a calm and factual way. The explanation focused on how the monarchy relies on clearly defined rules, rather than personal competition or disagreement. Edward's growing role within the royal family reflects this gradual process. Over the years, he has become one of the most trusted working royals. His steady presence and careful approach to duty have earned respect within royal circles and among charitable organizations. And through that process, figures who once appeared outside the central spotlight may gradually become more significant within the royal structure. Shockwaves. Inside the royal household. Developments within the British royal system often attract strong interest because the monarchy combines history, family relationships, and national tradition. When new legal interpretations or structural discussions emerge, members of the royal household must carefully consider what those developments mean for the institution as a whole. In recent conversations surrounding royal inheritance and responsibilities, attention has once again turned toward Prince Edward, Duke of Edinburgh, and his role within the family. The explanation of legal frameworks connected to royal titles has encouraged many observers to examine how authority and duties are shared among senior members of the monarchy. Within royal circles, reactions to such discussions are often thoughtful and measured. The British monarchy is an institution that values stability and continuity. Changes or clarifications are usually handled quietly through careful consultation rather than public debate. For many royal advisors and historians, the operation of long-standing legal systems is simply part of how the monarchy functions. These experts see inheritance rules as the natural continuation of traditions that have guided the royal family for centuries. However, the modern monarchy also faces the challenge of adapting to public expectations. King Charles III has spoken frequently about his wish to maintain a focused and efficient royal household. His approach emphasizes a smaller group of senior working royals who represent the institution both in the United Kingdom and internationally. This vision has shaped the structure of royal duties in recent years. Members of the royal family carry out hundreds of engagements every year, including community visits, charitable events, and diplomatic meetings. Within this environment, the role of Prince Edward and his wife Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, has become increasingly important. Their work often takes place away from the most intense media attention, but it remains essential to the functioning of the monarchy. Edward supports a wide range of organizations and continues to promote the Duke of Edinburgh's award program, founded by his father, Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. The program encourages young people to build practical skills, serve their communities, and develop confidence. Sophie has also built a strong reputation for humanitarian work and advocacy, particularly in areas related to disability rights and support for women and children affected by conflict. Because Edward and Sophie approach their roles with quiet dedication, many observers view them as stabilizing figures within the royal family. Their style contrasts with the intense public scrutiny sometimes faced by other members of the monarchy. When legal discussions highlight Edward's position within the broader royal framework, it naturally prompts questions about how different responsibilities may evolve in the future. These questions are part of a larger conversation about the direction of the monarchy in the modern era. Inside the royal household, such matters are usually considered through careful planning and consultation. The monarchy operates with the assistance of legal advisors, constitutional experts, and experienced administrators who ensure that every decision respects both tradition and current law. For King Charles III, maintaining unity within the royal family remains a central priority. After spending many decades preparing for his role as monarch, he understands how important stability is for public trust in the institution. At the same time, legal realities surrounding titles and responsibilities cannot simply be overlooked. Even when discussions remain private, the structures governing the monarchy continue operating according to established precedent. And as conversations about the future continue, one question naturally guides the discussion. How will the royal family combine its historic legal foundations with the expectations of a modern society? The answer will shape the next chapter of the monarchy's long and remarkable history. The legacy Charles built and the future Edward may shape. As the discussion surrounding royal structure settles into reflection, attention turns toward the long paths taken by two brothers within the British monarchy. Their journeys have been very different, yet both have contributed to the stability of the royal institution. King Charles III spent most of his life preparing for the responsibilities of the crown. As the longest-serving heir apparent in British history, he dedicated decades to learning how the monarchy operates. During this time, he developed strong views about how the institution could adapt to the modern world. One of his most important achievements was his work with the Duchy of Cornwall. This historic estate supports the heir to the throne and funds many charitable activities. Charles managed the duchy for many years and introduced modern farming methods, environmental protections, and sustainable development projects. His leadership transformed the estate into a successful and respected organization. Charles also created numerous charitable initiatives through the Prince's Trust. This charity has helped many young people build careers, gain education, and improve their opportunities in life. His work with the Trust earned recognition across the United Kingdom and beyond. These efforts formed a large part of the legacy Charles built long before he became king. They reflected his belief that the monarchy should remain active, useful, and connected to the people it serves. While Charles carried the heavy expectations placed on an heir to the throne, his youngest brother followed a quieter path. Prince Edward, Duke of Edinburgh, built his public reputation slowly through consistent service rather than public attention. Edward supported charities, visited communities, and represented the crown in many countries. His approach remained calm and steady, and he rarely became the focus of major headlines. Over time, this consistency earned him respect within the royal household. Edward's connection to the Duke of Edinburgh's award program became one of his most meaningful responsibilities. The initiative was created by Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, and continues to operate in many nations around the world. Edward's leadership helps ensure that the program continues, encouraging young people to grow through service and personal challenge. The monarchy operates through a combination of family relationships, constitutional law, and centuries of tradition. Because of this, the future of the institution often includes contributions from several members of the royal family at the same time. Charles's legacy remains closely tied to modernization, environmental awareness, and charitable work. His long preparation for the throne shaped how he approaches leadership today. Edward's influence, on the other hand, grows from loyalty, patience, and quiet commitment. His role shows that dedication over many years can gradually place someone in a position of greater importance. As the royal family looks toward the future, these two paths may complement each other. Charles continues guiding the monarchy as king, while Edward supports the institution through trusted service and experience. The British monarchy has always been shaped by unexpected turns in history. Even the most carefully planned institutions sometimes discover that tradition leads them in new directions. What began as a legal clarification has encouraged deeper reflection about how royal responsibilities may evolve. And like so many moments in royal history, the future will likely be shaped not only by plans, but also by the quiet strength of those who continue serving the crown with dedication and care. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and also click the next video shown on your screen.